Hey there, homesteaders. It's another hot day here in the desert, and today we're going to rent a wood chipper so we can break down this brush pile that's been here since before we even started building our house. We're really excited to get this project done finally. It's going to be a long day, so let's get going. We're Kaliki and Brett, a rugged and adventurous gay couple who are sick and tired of clashing with life in the city.
So we decided to head into the desert to chase our dreams and thrive.
Along with our furry friends Chuck and Momo,
we'll explore DIY projects, tiny house construction, gardening, hiking, cooking,
and share what it looks like to jump headfirst into homesteading.
So subscribe and join us on our dusty adventures to build this desert dwelling.
Alright, well, we're off to pick up the wood chipper.
Driving in the desert is fun.
Momo, you're excited? We're gonna chip some wood. Momo! Oh, woo, woo. Alright, we just got back with the wood chipper. We had to do a quick trial run to make sure that we could turn it on. I'm glad that we did that because it took a few tries. It was working, we got a few chips through, so we're gonna turn it back on and get going. Believe it or not, this machine is actually off right now. The blade that's in there just spins so fast that it keeps going for a little while. We've barely made a dent in this project today, but it is so hot, it's time for a break. Alright, well, break time is over, unfortunately. I have a few things here that are going to help protect me from the sun and keep me cool this time, so I am ready to get back out there.
And while he's working on that, I'm going to go inside and get started on making dinner. So why don't you follow me in? Hi, Becky. Come on in. Hey everybody, today I'm going to be making my spin on a tamales recipe. I really love eating tamales, but it was something that I didn't know how to make, so I did a little bit of research and came up with something that worked for me. I'm going to leave a link in the description for an authentic tamale recipe you guys should check out if you're interested in that. Just got an onion here I'm going to chop up. First I'm just cutting across in one direction, not all the way through to the root, and then going through the other direction, and then I cut all the way back. Use as much of the onion as possible. Here I've got some cremini mushrooms, and I'm just going to slice these guys up. A couple of days after I filmed this, I had some wine cap mushrooms fruiting in my garden, and unfortunately I wasn't able to show you guys that, but maybe next time. Right here I've got some fermented jalapenos, and there's a cayenne chili and Fresno chili. I fermented those with the same brine that I used in the cauliflower last week, which was 1 teaspoon of salt to 1 cup of water, and then you can add, like, I think I put some garlic and peppercorns in there as well. Just dice those up. And then I've got that cauliflower I was just talking about from last week's video. So, yeah, 1 teaspoon of salt to 1 cup of water was the brine that I used. And I used Himalayan pink salt. And you can use sea salt as well for that. I'm really happy with how these turned out. They're, like, still nice and crunchy, a little sour, got that little fermented funk that anybody who likes fermented food knows and really likes. So I'm just gonna chop these up a little bit smaller to make into the filling. And then I'll get set up outside, and why don't you guys check out what Kaliki's up to.
Alright, well, I'm just getting back to chipping the wood now. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like to get this machine going. It was pretty tricky, but at this point, I had it mostly figured out. Like I said, mostly figured out. Alright, so now I got the engine going, but that's not the end of the startup process. You still have to throttle the engine and then get the chopping wheel to engage by using this clutch that was on the backside. We stalled it a few times doing that, and it was kind of scary, but this time was fairly smooth. Alright, it seems like the chopping wheel is going pretty good in there now, so let's get this machine going. Alright, so I'm just about done with that little batch of wood I'm throwing in there. Let's go and see what Bret's doing in the kitchen.
Welcome back. Now I'm going to start cooking this filling. I've got a little extra virgin olive oil I'm just heating up in the pan. And I'll put in the onions. I'm going to saute them until they're nice and translucent and soft. Just love the smell of onions cooking. It's so nice. Starting to get a little bit softer. I'll cook them a little bit more, and then I'll add the mushrooms in. The camera got too hot and stopped recording when I added the mushrooms in, so I missed that part. Just cook these down a little bit more, and then I'll add in the peppers, and there's some garlic that I chopped up after all the other stuff. I decided to add that to it. Throw in the cauliflower. That doesn't really have to cook very much since it's already softened from fermentation. I've got spices. There's cayenne, oregano, cassia, chili powder, and cumin. And just cook that for a little bit. Get all the flavors in. Looks great. So we've got the filling done. Now I'm going to go check on Kaliki while that cools down. I'm gonna make the tamale dough now. So I've got white corn masa, and then I've got coconut oil that I have melted, some water, and some salsa verde that I made, a little bit of salt. Just mix that up. Oh yeah, forgot the baking powder. Just get this to a nice consistency, and then I'm gonna go and pick some kale for the wrappers. Just take some of the dough and spread it out onto the leaf as evenly as possible. Fill that in. Oops. Then just scoop some of the filling into it. Wrap it up. You can see I'm not super highly skilled at this, but trust me, they're delicious. Alright, now they're all ready to steam. Alright, so that has to steam now for about an hour or so. I'm gonna go and help Kaliki a little bit more before we have our dinner.
That is all the wood chipping I can do for today. I'm pretty exhausted. I thought I'd get through the entire brush pile behind me. That's definitely not happening. It's not as easy using one of these things as they make it look on TV, folks, and especially if you spend some of your time dancing around, then you're not going to get everything you think done. I'm starving now, so let's head inside and hopefully Bret's got dinner ready. We're finally getting a chance to take a seat and relax. Dinner is ready and it looks amazing. We can't wait to dig in, so be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next episode of Desert Dwelling.
See you next Tuesday.